Hello and welcome to day 7 of the Raise Room Summer Stitch Along for the Mandala Embroidery. And day 7 is your last day, and today is all about finishing your piece. So the first thing that we're going to look at is removing those lines that we've got left behind, if we have any. So if you were using, I mentioned using a 3B pencil to mark out your embroidery transfer lines, so a soft pencil and going lightly. If you've done that and you've got any pencil lines that still show, you can use a small rubber and just get them in there and give it a gentle rub, and it will take it down to the point where it'll be barely noticeable. And that is how I finished my embroidery pieces up until quite recently when I started using the pen. If you are using the pen, then at this point you can take a iron and come in to your piece. You don't want to kind of press your embroidery. You just want to, so if you have a look at this bit of pen in the middle here, if I just kind of put the point of the iron just in that area, see how it just vanishes? So you want to just kind of show your embroidery the heat of the iron without pressing it. And I've known some people to use a hairdryer for this job as well. So a hot hairdryer will also take those lines away. So there's a bit more pen there. There's one there. So you can just work your way around your embroidery, looking for any last bits of pen that show, and just show it the iron, a little bit of heat, and they'll disappear for you. So that's that. And then finishing your hoop, there are a few different methods that you can use for this, and in my workshops and classes that I teach, I often go through many of the different options, and you can use them for different reasons. So you might just prefer one option, or you might use a different option dependent on what the piece is for, whether it's going to be laid flat against a wall or carried by a flower girl or hung on a tree. Whatever your embroidery piece is for might determine how you finish the back of your embroidery. I'm going to show you one method today, which tends to make people the happiest when I show them it. So, and I think it's quite useful for this particular piece and what you might use this piece for. It should work well. So first of all, I've already gone part of the way around, but you might be working on a random piece of fabric or a square piece of fabric. You just want to go around and cut it so that it's circular and you've got about this much left sort of sticking out around the edges. So about 2 centimeters or so is fine. Then you want to get yourself a piece of thread which is long enough to go like that with. So mine's got quite a bit extra on the end here. So we're going to work our way around that piece now. So if you turn it over, you're just going to put your needle in and then back out in a really big stitch like that, and then pull it through, and then just work your way around the whole piece, doing really big running stitches is what this would be known as. So we haven't learned the running stitch on this stitch along, but that is the kind of stitch that it would be classed as. So you're going to keep going, working your way around. Like so. So in, back out. working your way around until you get back to the beginning point. And we're nearly there. Okay, so once you've gotten to this beginning point, you can pull it all the way in, like so that it crinkles up on the back there. And then you can just do a couple of stitches here to secure it. Okay, then once you've secured it, there it is. So that's that one. Here's the other one that I completed before. So you just make your way around. And you can tie it to the beginning bit if you want to, so kind of pull it together like a drawstring and then tie it in a knot, or just add a few stitches like I did with this one, just here. And that's that one done. So you can just cut that off once you're done, and then finishing it, you know, that is it, and it looks fabulous like this. If you wanted to hang it, or you wanted to add any other detail to the top of it, I sometimes add a ribbon or a bow at the top. I think personally with this particular design, just a simple piece of twine works brilliantly. So I've added some twine to this one and to this one. This one's only hung short and this one hung long, because I had this one hung on a hook and then this one hung on a hook as well. So this just kind of hung lower than this one, which is why one's so much longer than the other. But if you were just going to hang it to a tree or to a hook on the wall or anything, then you only need a little bit of twine like that. Or sometimes to finish off my pieces, I quite often like to add a ribbon or a bow at the top. It does just depend on the piece. I think with this one, twine works beautifully. But for example, with my wedding ones, I've added some silk, pure silk ribbon, because it was for a special occasion. I bought pure silk ribbons and added them to the top. So this one's just added to the top like this. That was for my son, who's my page boy. And then this one's got a bow and it's cut short up here. And then this one has a bow which dangles down. So that's that one. And then another example with floral pieces and with sort of baby names and stuff like that, I very often quite like to add a lace bow to the top. And here is an example of a lace bow on these two love heart ones. So I've got a satin bow here and a lace bow at the top of this one. And you can use it to tie in a bow, or you can just use the ribbon to hang it with. Either works beautifully. But yeah, on your mandalas, again, you can add ribbon to your mandalas. You can add anything you like. For me, on these mandalas, on this particular design, I love just a simple piece of twine. But there we go. So make lots of them, hang them around the house, hang them in the garden, share lots of pictures. I really want to see them all. If you have enjoyed this stitch along, please do like, share, subscribe. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and TikTok, so get involved in all of those and share on your personal social media pages and tag Raise Room UK. Yeah, I think I'll see you next time. Maybe I do a stitch along, or over on the Raise Room page, or on the Raise Room Crafters group. So don't forget to join the Raise Room Crafters group, where you'll get lots of help and support with this particular stitch along, lots of inspiration with this stitch along, plus others, and loads of other lovely patterns and crafty free content as well. So hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks so much.